Hello, and thank you for joining me here at Osiadacz Family Farm. Now, it is late in the evening. It's almost 9 p.m. I just got done cooking dinner after coming home from work, and I have this bowl of tomatoes that I need to do something with. Now, I don't have time to can these or to make salsa or pasta sauce or anything like that right now. I know I'd really love to, but I have to do something with these quick. So I have found a quick and easy method to preserve your tomatoes so that you can save them to make those pasta sauces and salsas and really delicious things later on. So if you are like me, you're a busy working mom or dad and you need to do something with your tomatoes fast, I ask you to watch this video and hopefully you will find a new method that you like just as much as I do. Okay, now here is a close-up of our beautiful tomatoes. Now, as you can see, there is a large variety here. I'm going to be freezing all of these today, and I'll be doing that by slicing these, taking out the seeds as well as the juices, and then I will be flash freezing these in the freezer and bagging these in Ziploc bags. These tomatoes have been washed as well as dried just to make sure any dust or any dirt is no longer on these tomatoes. Now, we don't use herbicides or pesticides here, so we don't have to worry about that, but I do like just to make sure the tomatoes are clean before I start processing. So first we're just going to be removing the stem. Some people core their tomatoes. Now I'm going to show you how I do it. I just cut the larger ones in quarters and then remove the ends. We are now cutting our tomatoes. I just removed the stems. I quarter the large ones and I half the small ones, and I'll just show you how I do that. It's super easy. Just cut them in half. Cut them in half again, which is, they're now in quarters, and then I'll just remove this top part, which would not be good in a sauce. And then after we're done with this, we will move on to our smaller tomatoes. And since those are so small, I do like to just have those. As you can see here, we have now successfully cut up all of the tomatoes and they are ready to take the seeds out as well as remove some of the juices out of the juicier tomatoes. So we'll just start by just remove, if you can see here, my thumb just kind of go underneath. I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna take out the other half and I'm gonna put that here in a bowl. And as you can see, it is ready to be flash frozen, and I'm gonna go through and do this to the rest of the tomatoes as well. I'll show you one more here. By picking one, I'll just go ahead and pick this one here, and I'm gonna pick up this one here. This is a larger one. You can see it came from a bigger tomato, but I'm just gonna go ahead and run my thumb through. Now I did wash my hands, so it's not as disgusting as you may think, but these are for my family as well, and the tomatoes are going to be cooked. But yeah, I just removed the juice and the seeds by running my thumb through. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's nicer when these unthaw and they're easier to use. At least I find them easier to use if there's not a whole bunch of juice and there's more meat when you use these after being thawed. I've just finished quartering, halving, slicing these tomatoes and removing the seeds and taking out quite a bit of the juice. Now these are ready to go into the freezer. Now I have a ton of these little cookie sheets. I actually just got them at the dollar store and I use them primarily for doing just this. Freezing my vegetables, my fruits individually, because I find this is the way that I'm able to utilize them best when I'm ready to use them in a recipe. The tomatoes have just come out of the freezer from their flash freeze, and we will now be placing these into Ziploc bags by color. Now the red tomatoes I save in one bag and the yellows in the other. It just makes it easier for me to prepare my recipes. Now you can mix them, of course, but I do like the yellow tomatoes by themselves in recipes just because I like their yellow color. Now that the tomatoes have frozen, I'm just going to add them into these Ziploc bags right here. I have a bag full of my red tomatoes as well as a separate bag for my yellow tomatoes. And again, just picking up this bag, they all are still very separate. These tomatoes have been in the freezer for about a week and they're in great condition. So we'll just move forward and start filling those bags. I've just finished packing these Ziploc bags full of tomatoes. Now again, this is a fast and easy way to preserve your tomatoes you've worked so hard to grow. And for people that are busy working, they have kids in school, they're running around to sporting events, this is a way to be able to feed your family healthy homegrown food, preserve your food so it doesn't go to waste, and allow you to make those yummy sauces and salsas in the future. Thank you for joining me here at Osiadacz Family Farm. I hope you found this video informative. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button as well as subscribe to our channel. Until next time.